All right, hey everybody. Hey, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Today, y'all, we got to do a little work on the log cart. One of my chain holders on the back, a log has hit it at some point in time and bent it, and I re-bent it and kept bending it and this and that, and I finally broke it off. But anyway, and my seat had a tire in it, and I've got a spare seat. These are just old bus seats that I got from a friend of mine. But I'm going to swap out the seats and have the other one recovered. And then that way I can put this spare on and keep on trucking and everything will be good. And won't have to worry about the seat getting waterlogged and all that good mess. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to bend this little piece of 1/2 inch rod stock to where it will go on the cart. And basically what it's got to do is, it's straight right now. It needs to come down and then have a 90-degree bend over this way and a 90-degree bend down that way. It just needs to look like a 1/2 of an H, if that makes any sense. Okay, so let's get this thing in the fire. This is a Forge Master forge. Pretty good forge. It does pretty good for shoeing and light blacksmith duty, which is what I do. I mean, just fixing my junk, keeping my stuff going. Pretty good forge though, it works pretty good. Now you got to get it hot. That's key if you want to bend it. Now the first one I'm going to do is going to be my long bend. That'll work about right. It's about 4 to 5 inches. That's what my chain is actually going to hang on. And we just want to get it 90 degrees bend, about like that. It ain't got to be perfect. Alright, this anvil is cold, so it don't take but just a second to suck the heat out of whatever it is you're working on. So we're going to stick it back in the fire, and we'll let it heat back up until we get back up temperature, and then we'll bring it up here and we'll do our second bend. Now remember, before we started I told you it was going to look like a 1/2 of an H. So we're just about there. A little bit too much. That side's pretty well straight. Alright, she's pretty well flat on the anvil. And just about 90 degrees. Now, you see right there how this side tracks with the side of the anvil? This side tracks with the side of the anvil. See what I mean? I mean, it's more or less it's a 1/2 of an H, okay? Let's see, let me turn it around and hold it the other direction. So this side right here is going to be the side we're going to weld to the cart, and then this side's just going to stick up in the air right off the back. And what that'll do is that'll hold our chains and tongs and all that good mess. So let's head over to the barn and we'll weld this on. Alright y'all, so I've got this thing cleaned up and ready to go on, and as you can see right over here on this side, we've already got one welded on right here. Surely y'all can make that out. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna throw all my stuff down here on the ground because I've been using that one side, and now we're gonna have two again, so we'll get to hang everything in places where they need to go. But anyway, I've cleaned the mill scale off of this forge piece that we just got through forging. Went ahead and cleaned it up with a grinder. Show y'all right there. And then where I took this one, the broke piece that was on there, I ground it off and cleaned this up good, so that way it'll make a good weld. Today I want to get this piece put on. I want to swap this seat out because I was hauling my log cart in the back of my trailer, and I carried it to work with me one day, and I left the mules in the trailer, and of course my young mules thought it was a good idea to reconfigure my seat. So with that being said, we're going to take this seat off. I've got a spare one right here to put on it, and it's just an old bus seat. You know, there ain't much to it. It's got plywood on the bottom, and it's just screwed to the bottom of this angle channel. But I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to carry it over to the Amish and have them recover it for me. And then I'll use it as a spare for later in case this one here gets tore up. Alright, so let's get the welder out, and we'll get started on this thing. Okay, I think the first thing that I'm going to do is just tack it up here in position. I'm not trying to be 100%, you know, accurate with this stuff, y'all. I just kind of want to get them, you know, close to the same. That's my main thing. I want to keep them over to the edge too a little because I don't want them logs knocking them off. That's what happened to it this time. Got my grind function on here. It's gonna blind me. Okay. Uh-oh. I didn't get it on there exactly straight as I wanted it. So let me try her again. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks alright. Like I said, it ain't perfect, but it ain't gotta be. You know, it's good enough for who it's for, you know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm not gonna weld it super hard because we're probably gonna have to do this again, if you know what I mean. Alright. I can't have my weld done even. I need to go just a little bit more on this side. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's gonna stay on there good. Everything will hang. And since I got all that much excess, I'll take my grinder and just cut that off. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't try to get my measurements 100% right, because y'all, there's a good possibility that in 6 or 8 months I'm gonna be doing this again. And if I keep knocking these things off, this is 1/2 inch stock right now. I'm gonna step it up and put me some like 3/4 inch on it. I believe we made it through it. I just need something to knock it off. Alright, so I get my rounding hammer out of order. Rounding hammer order to get it off. There we go. It ain't too awful hot. It is hot, but not too bad. Alright, now I'm gonna just take the wire wheel and clean that flux off. Make sure we're good on the weld, which I believe we are. Oh yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna get these grinders out of the way where y'all can see. So I've got some grabs here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hang my grabs on this side. Actually, I'm gonna probably use them head grabs more often. Now these, I was gonna tell y'all about these. Now these grabs here with these rings on it, I showed y'all the other day in the video of us pulling logs with the mules May and June about cradle hitches. These particular rings right here is pretty neat because you can, or these grabs, because you can drive them in each side of the log, leave the ring sticking out on the front of the butt of the log, and then run a chain and loop it through these rings per se, and you got 2 points of contact down low that will basically do what a cradle hitch will do without having to worry about getting a chain under it. Of course, these are our what I call head grabs. Just got the chains on it. I need to bend this tab over a little bit more. Make sure it don't come out. I'm going to do that while we're here at home, and I've got the freedom to do it. Okay, so there's that. Now, this is a shackle that I keep on the cart, and I need to loosen that. That thing's done got a little bit, it's done got a little tight. There we go. I keep that shackle on there for whenever I use my blocking tackles. This is a swamp hook. It's like a big fish hook. Got a grab hook on it and a ring. I use it to roll logs with. Basically, y'all, it's just 1/2 of a set of skid tongs. Okay. All right, so we'll keep that on the cart, and then I keep, some tongs on the cart too. And right now I've got both sets of tongs on the cart, just because I've been using them on my, skidding every day. And with these tongs, I didn't really get to show y'all the details the other day, but I've got a chain, because I use these rings on my tongs, so my stretcher hook will fit into. Okay. And my choker chains don't work real good because they got this C-shaped hook on it. It don't work real good for putting it inside your tongs when using the cart. However, I rigged me up a little short piece of chain with this safety hook on it, and it works pretty good because then they won't come loose from the chain. Okay, so I mean, that's all to it. That's all there is to it on this part of fixing the log cart. I want to check the air pressure in the tires, and I want to replace this seat. And again, this seat, I've just got screws in the bottom of it. We're going to do it right quick. Uh-oh. Got one left holding it. Let's see. Let's get this baby out. There we go. We're good now. Well, I lied to you. Got one more holding it. I didn't see. Now we're good. Okay, so see how I built this thing when I built it? I just made it where you can take the seat right off. Ain't a big deal. You know what I mean? So we'll have this one recovered and we'll use our spare seat to put back on it. Clean all this up right quick. I got lucky. I need to buy a lottery ticket. I found a screw that I lost. Figured I'd never find it again. Okay, so, and again, these are just bus seats. You know, they came out of a school bus. There's nothing real fancy about them or anything. Okay, that looks pretty good. Pretty good right there. These screws are going into the plywood that's under the bottom of the seat. Let's see, I don't want to screw them down real tight just yet. I'm going to leave them sort of loose until I get all the screws in. Right in there, yeah, that's got plywood there. Yeah, I don't want to tighten them up because it's pulling down in the front, which is fine. There's 100 ways to make these seats for these log carts. I tell you why I like the ones like this. A bench seat is because you're going to flip a log cart over eventually if you log long enough. And when you do flip it over, you can get off the thing easy enough on this bench seat. You can just kind of slip off the side versus like on a spring seat. It's pretty much going to launch your butt off of it if you get in a bad way, or if you hit a bump, bad ditch or something like that, little ditch, it's going to launch you off of it just about. This bench seat ain't so bad. It ain't as smooth of a ride now, don't get me wrong. The steel spring seats are a little bit nicer of a ride. These bench seats ain't bad though. Let's see, I think I can get one in this outside. Yeah. There we go. Ruh-roh. What'd I do with that one? There it is. I definitely need to buy a lottery ticket today, y'all. I don't think that one took too good. I'm going to take it out and try it again. Still didn't take too good. I've got multiple holes. Now I'm just going to kind of snug them up. Not real tight because, this old wood ain't made out of a whole lot. just kind of bumping it with the gun. There we go. That'll do. Man. Alright, that'll work for me, I believe. Yeah, I believe that'll work. I ain't gonna fuss about it too much. But anyway, look, I got to work on the chainsaw today too. Today's Sunday. I'm not logging today, but I'm prepping to get ready to log. I tell people all the time I do more work getting ready to go logging than I do actually logging. But anyway, and with the government shutdown going on right now, we're working full time in the woods, so I have to use my time wisely as far as balancing maintenance and production. You know, we got to get a full day's work to make up for lost wages. With that being said, you know, I've got to make time for maintenance too, which is after hours, after normal people hours, like on the weekend. Yesterday we had a pretty good day though. We went up to Hard Times USA here on Harrison Ferry Mountain. I showed y'all a video last year of us going up there and riding the stagecoach and giving wagon rides. We went up there yesterday and done that with May and June. Got them exposed to some, you know, publicity out in public. People, those hit and miss engines, you know, were firing and everything. It was good for them. They did good, never missed a beat. But look, anyway, look, I hope y'all enjoyed this little bit that we did today. This is this little crap that has to be done. You know, it's all part of what I have to do in my day-to-day. I'm going to try to start mixing the videos up even a little more now that I've got a little more free time. We got some plowings coming up next weekend. And I'm going to put the dates and the plowings up here on the screen so y'all can see them. But next weekend, y'all, is a Cedar Creek plow day over in Linden, Tennessee. Mr. Emery Edwards and his family. That's going to be a cool plowing. It's kind of like a miniature horse progress days. So any of you that's interested in that kind of thing, you know, modern day horse-drawn equipment that's being built, manufactured nowadays, they'll have a lot of it over there. So that'd be cool for you to go see. That's next weekend. And then the following weekend is going to be a plow day in Reagan, Tennessee. And then the following weekend after that, and again, I'm going to put the dates up here where y'all can see it. The following weekend after that, which I believe is like the 25th of this month, that's the last weekend of the month, I believe, is a plow day up at Mr. Bill and Miss Cecilia Edwards' place in Illinois. So I'll try to post this on the screen where you guys can see. And hey, if you get time and you ain't got a lot going on, come out and visit with us. We'll be there, hang out, we'll have a good time. We'll talk about something, even if it's wrong. But anyway, look, thank you for hanging out with me today, fixing this old log cart. This thing's been good to me. I'm going to check the tire pressure in it, put it back on the horse trailer. It'll be ready to go in the morning. Then I've got to put some shock mounts in Tiffany, my 046 chainsaw. I got to pull it on it a little bit too hard the other day and broke one of the shock mounts. I've got some spares, so I'm going to throw some shock mounts in her right quick, and then I'm going to relax and put my feet up for the rest of the day and enjoy my Sunday. But I do appreciate y'all being here. And all the lovely comments that all of you leave and whatnot. Look, it's appreciated. I like the atmosphere that we've all built together here. So thank y'all for being a part. As always, I'm going to put my email up here on the screen. If you need me, holler at me. Be glad to talk to you. And I'm going to be praying for you, each and every one of you. If you're hearing my voice and you're seeing my face right now, I'm going to be praying for you because you're important to me. And hey, look, if you like this video and what we've been doing, you know, blacksmithing, mechanicking, welding, you know, logging, all that good stuff. If you like it, hit that like button for me. And if you enjoy what we do here on the channel, you know, we get into all kind of stuff. It takes a whole lot of things to go from the stump to the sawmill. I have to play many parts, and there's a whole lot going on in my life. So if you enjoy what we're doing here on my channel, hit that subscribe button and don't miss out on the videos when they come out. And hey, look, if you've got some suggestions on something you'd like to see, you know, some different things that we might could add into my videos, hey, look, if I got time, I'll get it for you. I promise. So drop it down there in the comments. Let me know. I'll be glad to hear from you. And y'all take care. I'll see you next time.